go live. Trying to see if we're doing a thing. No, we're not doing a thing yet. Why not? I pushed the button. Hang on. Let's see. That's going. That's going. It's, yes, it's streaming. It's live. Why is the YouTube not seeing it? I don't understand what's happening. This is supposed to be easy. Hey, it looks like we're up. Can you guys hear us, see us in the comments? We got a bit of a delay, it looks like, but looks like, I looked at the stream, it looks like we're online. Yeah, I'm looking at the stream and I can see us. I just want to make sure that everybody can hear us. Awesome. I love it. All right, so here we are. We're going to spend a little bit of time talking about, I mean, you guys know who we are. I mean, we played this game last year. I'm Jay, that's Lelan, and we're going to spend some time talking about what happened. And Leland's going to take his phone off the desk because the vibrating I can hear in my headphones. So we're going to take a little bit of time and talk about what happened,
was,
what we're going to do about it,
last year,
and
saw an influx of travelers
what is going to happen going forward.
2020 and 2021, and they said in 22
So
that
you want to
in
cover
March,
the first
we're going
part
to
there,
create
Leland,
a
about
application
exactly
process
what
for
went
events
down
that take
and
place in the city.
what happened this year.
And our event took place in May, and they gave us like a month notice, and we had an individual who really helped us out last year, put everything through, but there was no formalized process. They just said, this is what they need. They need, A, B, C, and D, and they gave us our permit. Boom, we're good. And they said, pay attention to what's coming out. There's going to be a committee formed and a panel created, and they're going to have a formal event application process to hold an event in Moab. So they came up with the process. I believe it was completed for like August or September. They said, this is what we got in place now. So this is what you need to do. So the first step was an intent to apply, which we completed back in September. It's just basically like a quick little form that we filled out that said, hey, this is our event. These are the dates we're looking at for next year. It was just, like I said, an intent to apply. And then they get back to us and they said, okay, this process is going to be started between 120 and 90 days. So they wanted you to fill out everything between those two dates and then get your application submitted. So in February, like probably the second week of February, we completed the application process, submitted everything. You have to have all your other permittees already approved, and they want a copy of your insurance submitted with the application to the county. So we've got all the other 4 entities that we deal with. We've got the insurance set up. We now are applying to the county, and then they go and they have their board meetings, I think, twice a month, and they review applicants. And one of the questions that they ask you fill out is that they're looking at is, it's worded, how does this event impact or benefit the county, and you got to fill that out. And so they came back to us at the beginning of March. Yeah, beginning of March, and they told me that our permit was put on hold only because they didn't initially approve of the dates, which it was because it backed up to a holiday weekend. And they said, and I asked, well, we've been here 21 years. We've been operating with the same dates with BLM. We've been operating with the week before Memorial Day weekend for 21 years. It's never been an issue. You guys have created this process, this event permit that's never been needed before. So tell me what we need to do. Well, we need you to pick some different dates. That's what they kept coming back to us. And I asked, when I asked why, is their resources. They kept saying their resources are spread thin. Um, Motorized events require resources that they don't have extra of due to the influx of travelers that come in during the holiday week. So when I was asking what they were referring to, they're talking about police and emergency responders and first responders and the hospitals and just traffic control and all the other travelers running in through the city. So I told them that wasn't really going to work great because our dates are locked in with the BLM. We've got to coordinate with their calendar as well, and the BLM has set these dates for us as we have the second priority slot for MOAB. Well, they said, well, we need to look at some other dates, and I said, okay, well, there are no other dates, so what can we do? And they said, well, okay, at this time we're denying your application. So then we went through the appeal process, and we got a letter from the sheriff's department. We've never responded to a call when your event was here relating to your event. We've never had any first responders or any medical incidents out on the trails, monitoring recoveries, responding to your event. The BLM wrote a letter saying, we've operated 21 years. We've never had an issue with the BLM. Or the BLM never had an issue with our event. The Park Service never had an issue with our event. But basically the ruling came down yesterday that our application was still denied. We didn't. They feel that our event inundates the county and their resources since it's backed up to that Memorial Day holiday. So that's pretty much how the application process went. And after talking to Jay and I, just kind of decided, at this time, being that we're 2 months away, just over 2 months, to give the people the ability to cancel any reservations, rentals, condos, townhomes, whatever we rented, and any travel arrangements that we made. This is, you're coming up on that timeline where people need to get their money back. It's not that they didn't want our event there entirely; they just didn't want it there for these dates, and without being able to throw it back out to the community and let the community decide, what dates works for everybody else. It's hard to make that decision on, let's just move it, because we're limited with a couple things. We have to partner with the Park Service calendar. We got to partner with the BLM calendar. So they've got events that are all throughout their year. We've got to find a time slot that they approve of, and then we got to find something that meets. Like, nobody wants to go to Moab and Wheel in the middle of June or July. It's just too hot. And then you get into September and October, and when it's perfect, and everyone's starting back up at school. You bump this up a little bit earlier in the event, and we're running into EJS, and the BLM won't approve 2 events back to back with EJS. So it's a culmination of things. Of the county says we can move dates, but then we've got to partner with BLM, and we've got to get a permit for them for any dates we move, and it seems like the two hands aren't cooperating. And I want to be clear on this. This was never a BLM issue at all. So for anything to come across the BLM's desk, is they've been absolutely outstanding to us. They were advocating for this whole thing. They've approved our dates. They've never had an issue with anything that we've done. This is simply a whole new permitting process that's come across due to Grand County creating this application process.
Yeah. So I mean, I guess what it really comes down to um, is w- the the county has made it obscenely difficult, and not only obscenely difficult, but also obscenely expensive. And had they in their good graces uh, approved the permit, I think it was like $4,500 to actually pay for the permit. Which, I mean, say what you want. I mean, that seems like a lot of money. Um, but at the end of the day, they put us kind of between a rock and a hard place, and we've got to make the best of it. So I think the next thing that I want to talk about is what we're going to do going forward. Um, in the immediate future, our goal is to get all of the um, as many things that we can get refunded to us. The thing that you have to realize and remember is that you guys who paid your registrations, that money's not just sitting in a bank account. It goes out to the BLM, it goes out to the Park Service, it pays for the web hosting, and it pays for the storage unit that we have in town. Um, and the insurance, all that kind of stuff. So we're going to go through and we're going to see how much of that stuff we can actually get refunded to put some money back in the bank to get you guys, all of you guys who paid in, to get your money back. And then we will work from there to get everybody refunded. And my ask there is that you guys be patient because, like I said, the money's not all just sitting there in the bank waiting to go back to you guys. So we're gonna have um, to do some things and probably come out of pocket to refund you guys, and that's because it's the right thing to do. We're not trying to make it difficult on anybody, more so than the county has tied our hands to do. Um, Following that, we're going to basically regroup and see what uh, what we're going to do going forward. And personally, with as much as and I know Leland and I have talked about this, as much as we love Wheeling Moab, you know, it might be time to look somewhere else because it's they've made it untenable. They've made it cost prohibitive. And like you said, if we push further into the summer months, it's going to be 120 degrees outside. So I we really want to hear back from you guys on this, and if everybody says no, we're gonna sit out in the desert at 120 degrees and go wheel. Okay, let's do it. But if there's another option that makes more sense that works with our dates, then maybe that's worth looking at. And maybe a place that's not going to charge
I
us a
thought you
$5,000
muted me.
application fee,
No,
and that
I just
benefits
it's kind
everybody.
of frustrating. It's just we put our heart and
So
soul into this event. We're planning
I don't know,
almost all year
Leland, do you have anything
around,
else?
trying to put this on for you guys, and it
You're
sucks when
muted.
you
I
got
can't hear you.
someone comes to play ball and they come and make these new
There we
sets of
go.
rules, and it's just that it's I don't know. It's my opinion, and it's solely just my opinion that I feel like Grand County is trying to get rid of motorized events out there. So I think the only way we stick it to them is we just don't do business with them anymore. And hopefully, when everyone returns back to work on a normal schedule and the influx of people that are traveling out there, staying weeks at a time, slows down and disappears, they'll realize that they actually need these events like they did before. And, maybe at that time we can look at going back, but they've hurt the event, and I'm having a hard time like wanting to set it back up next year. There, I'd rather just take our event and go somewhere else that actually wants us. Um, the hard part of that is there's something for everybody in Moab, and finding another place that's got all of the scenic views, the blue trails for our even grays for the guys that want to push their rigs, it is difficult because it's what made Moab so special. It was just the ability to have such a wide variety of trails. Um, it's a hard call, but I think that that's the only way we can show them how important this is to just go somewhere else.
Yeah. So you guys, I know there's only a few of you in the comments, but I mean, let us know. You guys know how to get a hold of us. Reach out, and what does the community want us to do? Um, I'd rather see that that $4,500 county application fee go to making a bigger event somewhere else. I mean, that's my opinion. Um, yeah, the I kind of did. If anybody's actually watching the video, you'll notice I'm wearing last year's shirt, and I put a piece of tape over Moab because it's basically I want suggestions. We're gone somewhere. The question is where. Um, and so this community is going to keep doing things, and we're going to keep having events, and we're going to keep getting together and wheeling and having a good time. But we got to find a place that not only that we'll all enjoy, but that actually wants us to be there. And at this point, we don't get that kind of reception out of Grand County or out of the city of Moab. So, incidentally, in the next couple of weeks, if anybody's going to be around Moab, I got to go out there and empty the storage unit out, and I'm going to need some help moving heavy things. So reach out to me and let me know if somebody can come lend me some muscle for an afternoon. But otherwise, I think that just about covers it, everything. I mean, if you guys have any questions, by all means, please and let us know. Keep thinking about it. I mean, we figure if we shut it down now and we get everybody's money back by what would have been the end of the event this year, we hope to have a plan in place to do something next year. That's kind of the idea. And while Leland's house is falling apart in the background, um, I think that's going to do it for us. Unless you guys in the chat have any questions about anything. See, travel, make it change every year. Plenty of different places to wheel. It's not a bad idea, if there's, and that's part of the thing that we're dealing with is that, you know, we don't have the exposure to know where all these places are. If there's a place in Arizona or in Dakota or something like that, let us know. But if you find it, know of a place that kind of has that all-in-one feel to it that Moab did, where we can get green guys that have never wheeled before, and then but at the same time have something for the Idaho crew to have some fun with. So let us know that stuff, and we'll certainly look at all the options, and we'll make a decision, and we'll do a thing next year. All right. Well, I guess East Coast. Yeah. No, it's a little far for most of us, but it could be fun. Um, yeah, keep it going. I think this year sucks. We're genuinely dejected by this. We are, and
No,
I'm sorry that
I want to
this
thank
has
the
happened,
community. You guys
guys.
have always
And but we
I
will
like coming on because
persevere,
I like
and we
seeing
will
everybody out there. I like
we
meeting
will
all you
come back
people
bigger and better.
and going and
And
wheeling with all you guys. So
yeah,
thanks for
let's find a
supporting
place
us.
that actually
Thanks
wants us to
for
be there.
having our backs. Thanks for understanding. Uh,
Leland, you got anything else?
it's just been a frustrating month. So thanks for bearing with us.
Yep. And we'll be in touch, and we'll keep everything together, and we shall persevere. Gone anywhere but Moab. Thanks. All right. Well, thank you guys for your time.